it's Don Skaggs again with Empowered Inventing, the one place where we try to help you help other people by taking your innovation, the right opportunity, mixing that with sound wisdom to turn them into real things like products and businesses. And those people you help, they say thank you. Please continue helping us by sending you certificates of appreciation called dollar bills. Now, today I want to talk to you about the most beautiful website and the most beautiful sell sheet that no one cares about. And you know, there's so many just really sad stories I've come across and sad situations, startups that will spend tens of thousands of dollars on advertising materials, on websites, web developers, and sell sheets. And I'm not dissing all. There's a lot of really good people out there, really talented people that can do very good work for reasonable prices. And I'm not discounting that at all. But if you have $10,000 and you're spending it all on this overblown website that you think just has to be perfect, then you could be making a horrific mistake. I have seen companies do this. I've seen companies spend $10,000 on this huge website, and it all just looks so cute, so cutesy, so hip, so chic. It is just beautiful, and they never sold the first product, and that is a sad story. Somehow they had missed connecting with a customer, because turns out no one really cared how really cute, how really hip, how really chic that this website was. They missed the mark. They were so focused on it being so elaborate and so clever and so this or so that they completely missed the mark. And you can do that. You can spend so much time and energy on, and I've said this in just even some recent videos, you can spend so much time on part of your business and so much energy and so much money, and you can miss the mark with it because you're just over focused on that one piece, and you're not watching the whole, you're not managing well the rest of it because you're spending too much time in that one area. So you can spend too much time and energy, and you can not having a website yet because you think it has to be perfect first can be a horrific mistake. Do what you can. Start what you can. There's a lot of great resources out there, and refine it as you progress. I think that is one of the best ways, because you won't know everything. You want it to be just all this, you want it to be this thing that it should be at the end, but you're wanting it to be that in the beginning, and it's just not that in the beginning. Why? Because you have not had enough experience, and you've not acquired enough wisdom yet to really know what it needs to be when it grows up. But before that, it's got to be a child. It's got to start. You've got to start somewhere and start to get feedback on it. And that's true of the sell sheet. Any kind of what we call optics. And optics could be whatever the customer sees when they see you, your product, or your business. That's the optics. It could be a website. It could be a sell sheet. It could be the little tag on the bottom of your email. It's everything they see when they see you. So be very careful about your optics. You want them to be professional, you want them to be good, but you don't want to focus so much in the beginning that you either don't do anything because you're afraid it needs to be something bigger than you can do, or you make it do something bigger than you can do and you waste all your money. So you need to focus on what the customers really want with this. And it's just going to take time, and it's going to take energy, and it's going to take experience to do this. But a real problem with this is that you can focus on what you like, or you can focus on what you think looks really good, and you can be so impressed with it on the inside. But secretly, and a lot of times it's secretly because friends won't tell you that your baby's ugly. Other people don't like it, but they won't tell you that. Even strangers sometimes won't tell you that, won't give you. Again, the best feedback you get is feedback from customers that are saying yes with dollar bills. Those certificates of appreciation we keep talking about. So don't rely on your own feelings or what you think looks good. Now you have to use some of your own creativity, and it has to be, kind of your own in a way. But remember, at the end of the day, it's not about you, it's about them. If they like something and you don't really like it, but they love it, guess what? That's what it needs to be, because those are the people you're serving. You're not serving yourself, you're serving them, unless you want to have a pet. And in that case, then sure, you can have your pet any way you want. You can put a collar on them, you can dress them up, you can do whatever. But if you want a business, if you want something that's going to help other people to make, and those people are going to pay you money for you to help them, then it's got to be about them. So just sometimes you have to set your own feelings aside, or at least you have to put them over here and say, okay, I realize that this is not the most important piece of this. Another thing is you can spend too much money on services that aren't any better than DIY, and unfortunately I have seen that. There are some stuff out there you can spend, again, tens of thousands of dollars on, or thousands of dollars on, or even hundreds of dollars on, that aren't any better than if you spent $50. And there's tons of tools out there that can make you look really, really good. There's web tools, there's web builders, and if you need to start with that, and you need to start with that on the cheap, and you need to do it yourself and kind of learn your way along, and again acquire wisdom from other people, then you can do that. And that is usually one of the best ways to get going. But don't plunk down $10,000 on day one. It's just like building your prototype for $5,000 in the beginning. You don't want to do that, because if you do that, it's going to fail. And your first website is like your first prototype. Guess what? It's going to fail. It's not going to be as pretty. I've had sell sheets that I started with, and then 5 years down the road of the product's history, when they're actually selling, and we've had several iterations based on customer feedback, and we've changed the sell sheet, I would look back at that first sell sheet, I'd look back at that first website, and I would look at it and I would say to myself, what in the world was I thinking? That's really ugly. That is just, gosh. How did I, how stupid was I to put that together? But guess what? It's where I started. It was my starting point, and I learned from that. And those little fails is what got me to the one that really looked good and really looked slick and was selling a lot of product. So that's what I'm saying here. I'm saying, don't think it has to be so big so you can't do it at all. I can't even start it because it has to be this big grandiose thing. No, start small, figure it out on the way, and don't spend a tremendous amount of money. There's a much better way. You can get to know your market, get to know your customer, learn what makes their eyes light up, because that is the things you're going to want to put into your optics. Learn what makes their eyes light up. Spend time making and refining a rough draft, and this takes time. So you're sitting down and you're making it, and then maybe you have to go away from it for a while and kind of look back at it in a few hours or a few days, just to get a fresh eyes on it, getting input from other people that maybe will be honest with you and tell you whether it works or not. If you take the time to learn what they want to hear, and you craft your story to fit their needs, that is what can be really a game changer. It really can. It can be amazing. Find the tools out there that can help you. Tools that will help make your own website or sell sheet, they're all out there. There's some really good low-cost tools now. Back in the day, you had to hire somebody and they had to do coding, and it was all this big thing, and they were the gatekeeper, and you really were kind of stuck. You were stuck money-wise, and you were stuck design-wise, and a lot of times the product just was not very, very good. Today, you have really good resources out there. There's people who can help you without blowing your whole budget. There's people who can help you where you can say, okay, well, I'll spend this much on this to get me to this point. Start small, but start. Don't put it off, because using those small fails, again, is going to help you move forward. Anyway, I hope this is helpful. I am Don Skaggs. This is Empowered Inventing TV. Check out our website, empoweredinventing.com. Like, subscribe if you're watching this on YouTube or LinkedIn, and help us to build our tribe. Share the videos with people that you think we might be able to help. And I will look to see you at the next meeting, workshop, maybe one of our online classes, or on the next video.